Hello, it's a pleasure to have you join us on Nationwide today. My name is Ogochkuka Ona, and we are transmitting live from Abuja. The extraordinary session of the Joint Arab-Islamic Summit is on in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where issues concerning Middle East, Israeli-Palestine conflict, and other global issues are on table for discussions. President Bola Tinubu had earlier addressed the session where he presented Nigeria's position and called for action. Let's join our State House correspondent, Musbao Dan Wahab, live in Riyadh for more on the summit. Hello, Musbao. President Tinubu earlier addressed the summit, and just like the other leaders, can you highlight the president's message to the summit and the world in general?
All right, Ogochkuka, you're right. President Tinubu spoke, and other leaders who are leaders of countries that are members of the Arab League and Organization of Islamic Cooperation too have been speaking. The presentations continue as we speak. Indoor at the hotel right here in Riyadh, and they have been looking for how to end the war in Gaza, particularly the war between Israel and Palestine. That exactly was what President Bola Tinubu also spoke to. His speech was direct to the issues, calling for immediate and unconditional ceasefire in Gaza, of course, a peaceful resolution, recognition of independence of Palestine as a nation that will encourage sovereignty, and of course, peaceful resolution and peaceful coexistence between Israel and Palestine. Those are the issues, and United Nations already suggested two-nation resolution, and this summit is also speaking in support of that. But specifically, President Bola Tinubu is also making a special request to this summit that a dedicated secretariat should be established that will be documenting resolutions coming from a summit like this, particularly a joint summit of Arab leagues and OIC member nations. So this, all right, yes, if this secretariat is approved and established, President Bola Tinubu believes that this will be a kind of a step forward ahead of what has been happening in the past. Remember last year, this summit was held and resolutions were made, but little has been done or achieved from those resolutions. So President Bola Tinubu believes that if this secretariat, a dedicated one, is established by this organization, they will be able to monitor developments, monitor progress made as regards resolutions coming from this summit. So let's just take a listen to what President Bola Tinubu said of the summit still going on.
Your Royal Majesty, the two-state solution stands as a beacon of hope. I agree. Representing the right of both Israelis and Palestinians to self-determination and peace. It is not just a diplomatic article of faith. It is a vision grounded in principle of quality and mutual recognition. Achieving this vision requires a commitment to dialogue and deal-making in respect for history. We know this conflict did not begin in October 2023. It can only be resolved through principled compromise based on appreciation of the proper context. The conflict in the cradle of history is so visceral that the ripples of this division spread far and quickly. The corrosive impact of images of endless violence repeated on 1 billion smartphones around the world is huge. We need to find a new pathway to peace without delay. Nigeria has always championed the cause of peace and cooperation among nations. Our own experiences, domestically and regionally, have taught us that identity politics are no substitute for respecting the nuances of diversity. The path to reconciliation may be fraught with challenges, but it is through honest conversation and deal-making that we can foster understanding. And deal-making, we can foster.
Remember, the present war in Gaza has been going on for more than a year, and of course, this summit has been speaking about how to end it, but for now, they are saying the international community should go beyond just political and financial support to Palestine by going a step further to show commitment, not just by speaking, but bringing up actions to show that the international community is really committed to ending the war in Gaza between Israel and Palestine, and how to force Israel to cease fire immediately.
Musbal, thank you very much for that. And we hope to join you again at 9, possibly. All right, now still talking the summit, President Bola Tinubu on Monday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, called for an end to Israeli aggression in Gaza, warning that the conflict in Palestine has persisted far too long, inflicting immeasurable suffering. Addressing the extraordinary Arab Islamic Summit convened to address the current situation in the Middle East, President Tinubu expressed deep concern on the humanitarian conditions in Gaza. A statement by the special advisor to the president, Bayo Nanuga, says the one-day summit was a follow-up to the Riyadh summit last year and was attended by heads of state and government of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and the League of Arab States. Reiterating Nigeria's call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, President Tinubu affirmed the country's support for a two-state solution where both Israeli and Palestinians can coexist in security and dignity. He noted that this solution remained a viable path to lasting peace in the region. The Nigerian leader called on parties in the conflict in the Middle East to respect the principles of proportionality and the basic rights of civilians, consistent with global legal and diplomatic frameworks. Bayo Nanuga, special advisor to the president, that was a statement endorsed by him. And now we take you to Charles Alpha in Azerbaijan, who is gathering opinions from nations on how far they have gone with last year's resolutions and what they expect from COP29.
There were a lot of agreements that were reached, and one of those major agreements was to move away from fossil fuel to renewable energy and keeping, the temperatures well below 1.5 degrees Celsius. And here today, I'm talking with some delegates from different countries on how far do they think their countries have come, meeting some of these targets, and what will be their expectations, from COP29.
Look for a nice future for everybody. We don't need to dream. We don't need to dream. We need to wake up. We need to wake up to look for a new world.
Country needs to do a whole lot more to have access to this international funding to enable us, access this funding to, tackle this effect of climate change in our country.
We hope that renewable energy will be put in the front.
That we can have positive agreements related to climate finance, principally.
Researchers say that we only have a couple years left to reverse climate change, or else it's going to be catastrophic. One study says it will have a collapse in global food security by 2030 if we didn't reduce emissions.
Principally for indigenous people and younger people, we are here to expect more financial to go to our country because we are vulnerable.
It is clear that one thing is on their mind, and how to be able to access this fund then that will help them fight climate change in their various countries. Some of them are actually saying that it is time to wake up and not dream anymore, and time now to take action.
Charles Safa in Azerbaijan, thank you very much. And still on the international scene, 4 more Nigerians have won elections into various elective positions. A United States-born Nigerian, Dr. Oye Owolewa of District of Columbia, Chaka Bari of Ginindera District in Australia, Shegun Adeyino of Georgia, USA, and Yemi Mobolade of Colorado Springs, USA. In a congratulatory message to them, Chairman Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri, hailed their victory at the polls, applauding them for breaking such records in the political arena of their different places of residence and setting standards. In the statement, she urged them to keep up the resilient spirit as they carry out their duties. And back here, Minister of Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, says the government of Nigeria is dedicated to enhancing digital infrastructure across all state parties, while emphasizing the importance of robust personal data protection provisions to foster trust and prevent cyber crimes and fraud. This was at the 15th meeting of the African Continental Free Trade Area in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Jumoke says Nigeria acknowledges the significant strides made with the Protocol on Digital Trade, which offers pragmatic rules designed to drive digital transformation across the continent so as to grow SMEs in Africa. The minister believes that the seamless operationalization of the new protocol will serve as a catalyst for economic development by increasing trade and optimizing the industrial infrastructure, or rather structure, of the continent. Technology will continue to drive military components in containing terrorism and other high-profile crimes in a multi-dimensional and evolving threats to national security. Senate President Godswill Akpabio made the assertion in a message to the 2024 Chief of Defense Intelligence Conference holding in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
Nigeria's 25 defense advisors and attaches, accredited to 90 countries across the globe, attending the 2024 Chief of Defense Intelligence Conference. The annual platform reviews activities and make projections for enhanced operations.
In preparation for the current and future warfare,
the Chief of Defense Intelligence, who acknowledged emerging security threats, stressed the remarkable combat and intelligence operations in stemming criminal activities and announced plans to establish an intelligence technology center as a force multiplier for proactive intelligence gathering.
Which will be responsible for clandestine reconnaissance operations, utilizing the latest cutting-edge technologies and innovations. We are determined to improve how intelligence is collected, processed, and disseminated for operations through emerging technologies.
I am pleased to note the agency's commitment to integrating artificial intelligence, machine learning, and human analytics into its operations. These innovations will help process massive data sets and identify patterns that might otherwise remain undetected.
Our challenges are now only internal, hence the need to bring to bear experience in anticipating emerging threats and incidents within your area of coverage, and critically analyze their effects on Nigeria.
These attaches are Nigeria's diplomats and security eagle eyes abroad.
The 2024 Chief of Defense Intelligence Conference is focusing on exploring the role of technology in strengthening regional and national security. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Nigerian Army Resource Center is strengthening proactive skills of personnel to enhance intelligence tracking in combating emerging security threats. This came up during an executive leadership and strategic management course for staff across selected ministries and departments, aimed at enhancing navigating through the complex challenges faced by various organizations.
It's not possible for one agency to solve the security situation we are facing, not only in Nigeria, anywhere in the world. That's the belief. And that is why we believe that it's better to run programs like this, not independently maybe for the Army or for the FCC, but to have a joint training so that everybody will know their strengths, their weaknesses, and understand each other. And above all, reach across boundaries and borders to make friends, socialize, and network. And that's one of the challenges I give to the participants. Please, don't believe I'm doing well. And so I am comfortable in my area of operation. Reach across.
We have trained a total of 100 participants from the EFCC, along with other participants from sister security agencies. It is hoped that the knowledge gained here will impact positively on the operations of the Commission.
The session is an initiative of the Nigerian Army Resource Center in partnership with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to tame security challenges. And Hingino is in Lagos. She will be having more reports for us from that zone. Hello, Hingino. She will be having more reports.
Just as Lagos continues to experience geometric growth in population, it is evolving strategies to solving one of the crucial challenges that come with increase in the number of residents. This solution is driven around employing intermodal approach to transportation, which will make it easy to navigate the metropolis. Michael Olale reports that the Lagos Metro Rail line offers blue and rail options, but beyond colors, there are more advantages.
Lagos, being the fifth single largest economy in Africa, is not only taking advantage of the 40% of its landmass covered by water to develop water transportation, but equally investing in the rail system. Although the plan is to develop 7 color-coded light rail network spread across the state, the effectiveness of the blue and red rail lines is changing the traveling experience of the people.
If more of these are being introduced in other areas, I think there will be a reduction in the issue of overpopulation in some certain areas.
Experts say the impact is visible, with figures proving that navigating through this axis has been simplified.
We have a study that demonstrates critically that travel time has improved in Lagos tremendously, almost double. That is what used to cost you about 2 hours now, before now, or 3. It's not just 1 hour or 1 hour plus. We want to advocate that there should be wagons for freight. Currently, the freight is for passengers.
Once travel time has reduced, what improves is the productivity of the companies and individuals will improve. And also, it improves the quality of the environment.
The 27-kilometer blue line stretching from Okokomaiko to Marina is powered by electricity, and the belief is that it is a projection into what economic activities within that corridor will look like in the future.
That corridor is being adopted as the green corridor for Lagos. Using that as a pilot phase when Lamata will now deploy alternative transition modes.
Key players say, with more investments in rail service, the era of mass transportation will return, thereby reducing congestions on roads. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
Lagos State Government is finalizing arrangements to commence the maiden edition of the state-organized International Trade Fair by the first quarter of 2025. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu disclosed this at the just-concluded 2024 International Trade Fair in Lagos. Musa Toliat has the details.
With the theme, Connecting Businesses, Creating Value, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu extols the participation of entrepreneurs and business concerns as they take advantage of the International Trade Fair to consolidate their relevance. The governor, however, told the business community that arrangements are being finalized for the maiden edition of a state-organized International Trade Fair in line with the Lagos State's vision to foster partnerships, drive innovation, and build an environment where businesses of all sizes can thrive.
So the LCCI, year in year, have done this for 38 years. We believe that first quarter next year, bright and shiny, Lagos also, using your skills and your expertise. The Honorable Commissioner was telling me now that they will come and borrow some ideas from you. But want to do a Lagos State, fair that will also can attract, investors, attract businesses from Nigeria, from West Africa and other parts of the world.
And to achieve this, we will focus on enhancing partnerships by strengthening collaborations with the private sector, international sector, and other key stakeholders to co-create solutions to these pressing challenges.
For the organizers of the International Trade Fair, there is need for government at all levels to strengthen and expand the financial inclusion initiatives that will ensure the survival of micro, small, and medium enterprises across the country.
What our governments at all levels will continue to address the issues of enabling business environment in Nigeria, especially regarding infrastructure, insecurity, and the right policies to fix the key drivers of high inflation that we currently are experiencing.
Awards were presented to outstanding local and international exhibitors. In Lagos, Musa Tolia, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Kaduna after the break.
Joining us in Kaduna. Jigawa State agricultural sector has been identified as a critical sector that can address the challenges of poverty in the state and support national growth and development. Stakeholders in the campaign on export promotion of agricultural produce stated this during a sensitization of farmers on value addition to their product to meet export standard. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
Enlightenment campaign on the opportunities and potentialities available for exporting non-oil goods from Jigawa State to other countries for income generation to the farmers, Jigawa State and the country at large is being intensified in the recent times, with stakeholders coming in to make the age-long dreams of the peasant farmers come through. With comparative advantage of many agricultural products ranking high in non-oil exports in Jigawa, farmers in the state are being sensitized on the methods and techniques that will help them see to the production, processing and packaging of their farm produce for exports. Critical stakeholder in the sensitization program appealed to the farmers in the state to take advantage of the opportunities made available to boost the green economy sector for food security and economic sustainability, not just in Jigawa State but the country as a whole. With more than 500 participants, the program held in Gume local governments for farmers in the northwestern zone of Jigawa State was witnessed by the senator representing the zone, Babangida Hussaini, who commended the initiative, noting that it will help in poverty eradication, job creation and sustainable development.
NEXIM has decided to embark on this enlightenment program to provide people with the knowledge and tools and resources to be able to boost exports.
On our part, we have given our award, the 10th National Assembly under Senator Godswill Akpabio and the relevant committees of the National Assembly. I'm a member of the Banking and Financial Institutions Committee. We are going to provide all the enablement that the bank needed to do its job.
Some of the beneficiaries said promoting exporting such goods will enhance local skills, create jobs, promoting wealth creation, growth and development in the country. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
The Senate Committee on Defense has assured the Armed Forces of its unwavering support towards bringing an end to all forms of security challenges confronting the country. Correspondent Haruna Muhammad reports that the committee, led by Senator Ahmad Lawal, gave the assurance during an oversight visit to military formations and institutions in Kaduna, including the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji.
Oversight function and budget implementation are vital components of the National Assembly duties.
Senate Committee on Defense, led by its chairman Ahmad Ibrahim Lawal, visited the Armed Forces Command and Staff College Jaji. Led by the commandant of the college, Air Vice Marshal Hassan Alaji, straight to the business of the day. They toured facilities of the Center of Leadership and Knowledge and were briefed on the operations of the college with the mandate of training senior and junior commanders of the tri-services.
People come from different parts of the world to come and receive training, and that is a clear testimony of what we do is in the right direction here.
At the Nigerian Defense Academy, the Commandant, Major General John Ochai, conducted the committee through the college, including the simulation center and demonstration by the cadets, a testament to the institution's training quality, producing officers of international.
Armed forces are doing so well, so hard, trying to secure this country for us. But I think there's clearly insufficient provision. We'll work with the executive arm of government.
Committee were also at the Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria with a pledge to resuscitate the complex to produce platforms on other needs of the military and paramilitary. The committee chairman gave his assurance.
Everything here is upside down. Nothing is working as they should. And we feel that time has come to address the issues affecting Daikwan.
Established in the year 1964, the visit by the Senate Committee on Defense is a reassurance, especially to the Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria, providing platforms, arms and ammunition for the armed forces, which will go a long way in saving the country's foreign exchange. In Kaduna, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And that's our contributions from Kaduna. Nationwide continues in our Abuja studio. Thank you for staying with us.
Thank you, Umar Jangi, for your contribution. And from Kaduna, we cross over to Ogun State, where the umpire, gladiators, and other stakeholders are working towards perfecting the art to ensure success as momentum gathers for the November 16th local government elections in that state. Lekon Agbonde takes a look at the level of preparation of major players involved in the crucial grassroots election.
Second by second, time is running down and the big day is fast approaching for the people of Ogun State to make statements through the ballots and elect who they want to administer the affairs of governance at the level of government closer to them. The November 16 D-Day is almost here for the local government elections, and major players in the real business are eagerly waiting for the opportunity to play their part.
We are prepared for the elections to take place in all the 236 wards and 20 local government areas of Ogun State come November the 16th, 2024.
To the umpire, I expect them to conduct a credible, free and fair election, that at the end of the day, none of the political parties will have alleged them of being biased to the citizens, that is the electorates. I expect that we should all shun voter apathy.
Political parties and their candidates have shown their readiness to participate.
I want to assure you that Ogun State APC is fully prepared for that election, not only to participate, but to win.
Being the government that is closest to the people, we are going to participate. And I don't have any doubt in my mind we will win 220 local governments.
Whoever emerges should recognize that it's a call for service and a call to duty. We on our own part will support and do everything that's humanly possible to support whoever emerges. That's where we are. But they have to know that it is not an opportunity to come and enrich themselves. It's just an opportunity to serve.
It is expected that all parties involved will do the needful to ensure that credible people are elected to administer governance for the benefit of the state and the nation. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
It's going to be a busy weekend in that zone, as we also have the governorship election in Ondo, that is in Akure. And for more analysis on the local government elections coming up in Ogun State this Saturday, we now link up again with Lekon Agbonde, this time live, for more updates. Lekon, How are preparations by the state electoral umpire for the local government poll?
Thank you, Ugochukwu. I'm here at the Ake, the Abeokuta South local government, the local government that is the force which we call the premier local government. On Saturday, this local government and the other 19 local governments across the state, people will go to the polls to elect people that will administer governance on their behalf. And also at the 236 wards, we will have councillors that people will vote them to ensure that they run the affairs of the governance at the local government levels. And also we want to tell you that the umpire, the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission, has declared an interest and the commitment to ensure that the election is credible, that election is peaceful by making arrangements. They have ensured that they cross the T's and dot the I's to prepare very well for this election. The chairman of OCSIEC, that is Babatunde Oshibodu, says that everything has been done and all arrangements have been made to ensure that the election is run fully and everybody is prepared. Talking about security also, they have made arrangement with sisters agencies, the police and other security agencies to ensure that the election is peaceful across the state. And as you know, Ogun State is known for peace. Ogun State is known for something that is good, and the people are also ready to ensure that they go to the poll and ensure and vote for the people of their choice. And the question...
Important, very, very important. The electorates are ready for the exercise. That's the major aspect at this time. All right, thank you, Lekon. And the federal government's desire of making the mining industry next to crude oil in revenue generation will soon be a reality as the Mining Cadastre Office records increase in monthly inflow. Director General of the Mining Cadastre Office, Obadiah Simon Nkom, gave the assurance when the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals visited the agency. Mie Ogidi reports.
It has been talks, policies, investment and promises for years in the mining industry, while the gestation period was never in sight. Gladly, indications are clear that the much-awaited gestation period is here. And this office, the Mining Cadastre Office, led by its Director General Obadiah Simon Nkom, with the faithful implementation of policies initiated by the Minister Dele Alake, is making the federal government proud, an impressive balance sheet.
Like it is on record that since the increase and the review, the revenue has shot up. We've never had anything more than 500 million in a month, but I can tell you that in in August, it was 1.2, then subsequently 1.8.
The improvements as it were in your revenue, we need to have a ramp up. We need to ramp up our revenue. That is one way that we can even fund our budget.
It is a standard the senators expect the Mining Cadastral Office to maintain. Better still, surpass it as they await a more cheering news in revenue generation in the next visit. Mie Ogede, NTA News.
And the Nigerian Mines Rangers Service, an arm of the National Unity and Peace Corps, says ending the illegal activities being carried out by miners needs the collective efforts. Commandant of the National Unity and Peace Corps, Chinedu Neji, therefore appeals to the National Assembly to conclude the process of the bill to empower the Corps play an effective role in the nation's mining industry, as revenue is expected to increase.
The Nigerian Mines Rangers Service is an offshoot of the National Unity and Peace Corps. The National Unity and Peace Corps intends to transform to the NMRS at the conclusion of the bill before the National Assembly. The NMRS is a virgin paramilitary agency intending to stop the activities of illegal miners, monitor and regulate environmental degradation caused by mining activities, and generate proper revenue for the federal government.
10,000 police constables are currently being trained on arms handling to ensure adequate protection of lives and property in their areas of responsibility across the country. Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 7, Abuja, Bennett Igwe, stated this while on familiarization visits to Niger State, one of the commands under his jurisdiction. Mercy Fabi reports.
Niger State, no doubt, has had its fair share of incidences of insecurity, ranging from thuggery, communal clashes to kidnapping and banditry. The visit of the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 7, Abuja, Bennett Igwe, who was recently deployed to ensure effective supervision, administration and operational control of the zone, was therefore to familiarize himself with officers and men of the State Police Command.
The Inspector General of Police is interested in protecting Nigerians, and he has the capacity as the leader of internal security architecture to protect Nigerians. And that's why he has pushed all of us out.
This visit will energize and strengthen us to continue to do our best to maintain law and order.
The 34th AIG Zone 7, Bennett Igwe, also had a stopover at the Niger State Government House, where he had a closed-door meeting with Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago. Issues bordering on synergy and support with other stakeholders to jointly fight crime and criminalities top the agenda. In Mina, Mercy Fabi, NTA News.
And Anguli Okolo in Benin has the next set of reports. Anguli, you are on.
Welcome to Benin. The federal government has expressed its willingness to partner any initiative that will enhance food sufficiency in the country. The Minister of Livestock Development, Alhaji Mukhtar Maha, said this during the inauguration of a poultry processing plant in Benin City. Goodluck Enani reports that the project was inaugurated by Governor Godwin Obaseki, represented.
The aim of the project, which began in December 2022, is to have a place to serve as a one-stop shop in the poultry value chain. The representative of the minister, Dr. Alau Michel, lauded the partnership, describing it as a game changer in the effort to enhance food sufficiency.
This occasion marks a significant milestone in our collective journey towards achieving food security, creating jobs, and transforming the agricultural landscape of Nigeria. I commend the Edo State Governor, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, for his visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to agricultural development.
For the Edo State government, the agricultural policy will boost poultry development in the state.
This poultry plant aligns with our broader goal under the Edo Agricultural Roadmap, supporting initiatives that span crop production, livestock, aquaculture, and agro-processing. Our administration has prioritized investment in modern agricultural infrastructure, policy reforms, and partnerships.
This plant ensures that farmers receive fair price, stability, and an opportunity to grow their business. Moreover, this facility strengthens our effort towards food and food sufficiency in food production.
Guests were taken on a guided tour of facility at the poultry processing plant, which has the capacity of processing 10,000 birds per day in Benin. Goodluck Enani, NTA News.
The outgoing governor of the state has attributed the success of his administration in the security of the state to the cooperation of the various security agencies. The governor stated this during a valedictory council meeting with heads of security agencies in the state. Goodluck Enani reports.
The meeting afforded the governor the opportunity to appreciate heads of security agencies
for their contributions in addressing security challenges across the state. He opined that the attraction of investors into Edo State is as a result of their contributions in changing the security outlook and urged the security chiefs to sustain the cooperation among them and build on the security architecture put in place by his administration.
My advice to the incoming administrations is that if you do not take security seriously, if you prioritize politics over security, you will have problems. And that citizens must continue to demand for a secure environment because they can get it. And we've shown that it is possible because you have the men and women who have the capacity, who have the training to offer security services to the states and the people of the states.
Some of the security chiefs lauded Governor Obaseki for the successes achieved in providing security across the state. In Benin, Goodluck Inaini, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Benin. Nationwide continues with Sadia in Sokoto, but that will be after the break. Please stay tuned.
In Sokoto. The Acting Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Olatubosun Oluyede, has held a strategic engagement with Army formation and units under the 8th Division area of responsibility to boost troops' morale and operational capabilities in combating escalated menace of banditry, kidnapping and terrorism on the Northwest Theater Operation Hadarindaji for enhanced national security. The Army Chief operational visit is to further galvanize support and cooperation of the Sokoto community in sharing crucial information with security forces that will aid in dismantling the network of notorious groups and restoring peace to the affected communities in the region and country. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
Ilela and Tangaza are among the local government areas grappling with activities of bandits and kidnappers that led to the displacement of many people and villages in Sokoto State. This operational tour by the Acting Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, is to obtain first-hand information, assess the security situation, and challenges the frontline troops are facing for appropriate action. Addressing the troops, the Army Chief commended them for their sacrifices and commitment in the fight against enemies of the state and urged them to remain vigilant so as to safeguard the territorial integrity of the country.
What are the challenges? Now, the issue is how do we react to those challenges? So one of the reasons why I'm here is the charge of my soldiers to brace up the challenge, and that we shall do.
The General Officer commanding A Division Nigerian Army Sokoto, Brigadier General Ibikule Ajosi, had earlier briefed the Acting Chief of Army Staff on the general security situation in the state. Interacting with the local communities, the Acting Chief of Army Staff advocates closer ties with the troops and sister security agencies in the areas of information sharing and intelligence gathering to defeat criminal elements in the country. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
Governor Ahmed Aliyu has pledged to renovate and upgrade History Bureau and places housing historical artifacts and relics to harness the rich cultural heritage of the state. The governor dropped the hint at the closing ceremony of the second edition of the Cultural and Traditional Festival organized by NTA Sokoto Network Center in collaboration with State Ministry for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Osman Muhammad Benji reports.
The second edition of the Traditional and Cultural Festival was a real-time fun as performers from across the 23 local government areas rolled drums to the cultural heritage of Sokoto State. Governor Ahmed Aliyu of Sokoto State represented described the initiative by NTA Sokoto Network Center as superb, stressing that more will be done by his administration to preserve and promote rich cultural heritage of Sokoto State. To this end, historical sites in Silame, Wurnu, Sabon Birni, and Gudu local governments will be upgraded to make them tourist destination.
I want to thank the NTA for their efforts
to revive our tradition and culture in the state.
I want to use the opportunity to commend the Director General NTA for this very important arrangement.
This is clearly demonstrating one Nigeria, peace and unity. You can see all the tribes, all the ethnic groups are here.
Director General NTA Abdulhamid Salihu Dembos represented appreciated Sokoto State Government for its immense support to the NTA.
We are expecting to see more from other zones, and most importantly, this is also part of NTA corporate social responsibility.
Zonal Director NTA Sokoto Network Center Kailani Yusuf maintained that NTA Sokoto would not relent in the discharge of its corporate social responsibility to the host community. A word of excellence was presented to Governor Ahmad Aliyu for his people-oriented programs and support to the NTA. Also recognized is the Sokoto State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Ibrahim Dedi Adare, for his hard work and concern for the NTA. At the end of the two-day keenly contested fiesta, winners emerged in various categories. Similarly, all the participating local governments and private organizations that supported the event were presented with certificates in appreciation. In Sokoto, Asma Habibu Shagari, NTA News.
That is Asma Habibu Shagari there, not Usman Binji, as earlier mentioned. And that is all from Sokoto Network Center. And we return to Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Thank you, Sadia. And of course, before the break, Uduakobong Achebong in Benin. And now back in Abuja, policymakers in the country and key players in education to look inward and provide sustainable source of funding education so that the sector can play the role expected of it and get out of its present woes. The chairman of Board of Trustees, Tertiary Education, TED Fund, Aminu Bello Masari, said this at the fund's one-day strategic interactive engagement with heads of TED Fund beneficiary institutions. He said individuals and bodies misconstrue the essence of establishing TED Fund, where requests pour ceaselessly on the fund to run institutions instead of seeing it as just an intervention body.
It is penchant for establishing institutions without adequate financing. It's not helping education, it's killing education.
We urge all stakeholders to actively engage in building these partnerships. Let us explore innovative ways to connect our institutions with industry leaders, fostering a symbiotic relationship that benefits both our students and our national economy.
As we gather here today, we are also setting stage for an even brighter future for our tertiary institutions.
This program is an opportunity for all of us to x-ray the implementation of the previous years, most especially the 2024 intervention year.
The strategic meeting is summoned to review the intervention of the fund this year and work for its operations in 2025. NTA family mourns one of our own, her sister and colleague, Joy Osiago.
To come up with innovative ideas towards enhancing government's efforts at creating a